So, good morning, day 2 of Varanasi. And today we've got a bit of a plan. We're going to go and visit the so-called Hotel of Death, the place where guests can check in for a maximum of 14 or 15 nights. Basically, they come here to die. So we're going to try to find that. But look at Celine's t-shirt. It's Celine. And when we realised this morning, we took a photograph, which I'm going to post here. You can see it, what we did. We did a bit of jiggery-pokery with the Photoshop, but it looks really good. But anyway, let's go to the Hotel of Death. You're loving it.
Your wife look like Bollywood. We have night glass.
Look at these monkeys just hanging around the ghats. Doesn't Varanasi just look amazing? You don't know where to stare, you don't know where to look, you don't know what to look at first. There's just so much going on everywhere. And every now and again you'll just hear bells ringing out. Don't know why. Obviously to do with the holiness of the Ganges. And you get loads of these stalls selling like trinkets, ornaments, and then this orange powder. This bright orange powder that you can put on your face.
Yeah, it's to do with like the Hindu and Sikh religions. Apparently orange depicts like joy, happiness, courage, so that's why they like to wear that colour. It's like
nice.
Literally everybody's wearing it.
Yeah, right, we need to go up those steps. Celine is completely intrigued by the sadhu, the Indian holy men. Did you get him?
Yeah.
Show me the picture. Sadhu. Ooh, well done. All the orange here. So now you can see what Varanasi looks like away from the ghats. Hectic. Loads of shops, loads of emporiums, guys carrying these flower poles. You can buy your rice. Hectic, but so good, isn't it? This is where you feel like you're actually in proper India, isn't it? It's amazing.
It's amazing how somewhere can be so chaotic and so peaceful all at the same time. Like, there's no way to describe it without actually experiencing it.
Yeah, you need to come here just to see what it's like, because it's like nowhere else, not even anywhere else in India. So I've learned one phrase in Hindi, and it means like hello brother. It's like a greeting, and it's Arai bhai sahab. Arai bhai sahab. It worked. I'm going to use it again. Arai bhai sahab. Arai bhai sahab. It's working. I'm making friends in Varanasi. Look at it. This is mental. This is mental. Welcome to Varanasi. Right, see that dodgy alleyway? According to Google Maps, that is where this hotel is. Are you ready to brave the dark, dingy alleyway?
Do they carry the bodies in and out of that alleyway?
Maybe. Right. Well, it says like less than 1 minute. This is it according to Google Maps. It doesn't look much like a hotel, does it? So let's have a walk around.
Okay, so it looks like this.
So it's green, and it's called the Kashi Lab and Wakti Bawa, and it's around here somewhere, but we're having great difficulty because it could be behind here. Google Maps could be wrong, but we're going to have another look for it. So this might or might not be it, but if it is, it's not exactly a peaceful place, is it, until your last few days. In fact, it's terrible. If that's the place, God almighty. This is it, isn't it? This is it. And it sounds peaceful now with that sort of music, but just earlier on, it was just banging and rackets and just horrible music. And so I don't know how people could spend their last days here.
The sea which
We can see.
No camera.
We can walk.
So
My day is made because I'm like so interested in finding out about like different rituals for when people die in different countries, and we found the death hotel and actually got a guided tour. We weren't allowed to take any pictures or video, but
the
like,
girl said no photographs, but then she said come in and have a look. So we got taken into it. There was like an old guy in one room. He looked fairly healthy to me.
yeah, he was fine, he was eating.
Yeah. And then there was
But
another
then
room like with temples and
shows
Shiva.
a temple, yeah. And then the other room just had like two just wooden boards for people to lie on, one on either side of the room. A picture of the god Shiva on the wall. And that was literally
That was it. And there was no air conditioning. But
It wasn't too hot.
they were nice people, weren't they?
Yeah, they were
nice
really
people.
nice. And
So
then we
that's
just
it.
give a little donation for them showing us around. Like, I find that so interesting.
Yeah, it was good.
I'm
Didn't
glad
expect
we
that.
found it.
Did not expect that. I'll tell you what, if that was a hairdresser in there, I'd be getting my hair and moustache just like that dude there. He is the coolest dude in Varanasi. Right, we're going to head back now towards the burning ghats and then work our way back from there. There's a big police presence for some reason. Celine's a bit worried about walking past it. Is she going to be brave, despite living virtually on a farm in Ireland? You were brave.
Yeah, quite me, hi.
What is this picture about? So we come to the burning ghats and the bodies are there. And all these dogs are barking and fighting and attacking each other.
Some people, like really poor people, can't even afford the wood to put with the body to burn it, and therefore some bodies are either like partially cremated or not even cremated at all, and they're just thrown into the river, and you can see like decomposing bodies floating downstream. But the reason they do this is because they believe in the cycle of rebirth, and they believe that if the body is cremated, then they won't be able to come back in their next life as like, I don't know, a cow or a cricket.
And I read that the body is covered in ghee, which is that purified butter, and then set alight. It takes between 6 hours and a whole day. Right, it's time to go because the smoke, even though we were right up on the steps, actually starts stinging your eyes. There's a bunch of dogs here, and there's a black dog down there, and every time it tries to get up, they attack it. And I don't know what to do to help it. Right, I've moved away from that dog. It seemed to get out and it was doing a little bit of fighting back, and the people around were seemed to be helping it. Anyway, you were reading something, weren't you, about death in these sort of places?
Yeah. Well, it was just saying like how when people come here, I think they realise like particularly people who live in the western part of the world are so far removed from like the experience of death, because typically people in the western world are like the people who die are like hidden away, because even like in England and Ireland, like it's like it's so different like how we deal with death in Ireland and how you do it in England. And I actually feel like having it right in front of you and seeing it like actually helps you breathe.
Yeah, it probably does. Yeah, it's just a different way of doing things.
It's like the most interesting, most crazy, most bizarre, most chaotic place I've ever been. But you try and like imagine what it's like, but there's like you cannot imagine what this place is like until you're actually experiencing it.
So evening is here,
And
7 o'clock,
what we're gonna do?
and we're going to walk over there and watch a festival of fire, the arty festival of fire. Oh, the crowd. Celine's really happy because she managed to get herself photographed with one of the sadhus, the holy men. Here it is.
Om
things are hotting up. The priests have got into position.
So it's like Hindu high priests perform a ceremony with like incense and like bells and lanterns and fire, and it's about like absolving themselves of their sins so that they have a smooth reincarnation.
Every night.
This is madness. Just the amount of people here is crazy.
Back at the sanctuary, the hotel, and Celine was just saying it's like a city of contrasts.
Yeah.
On the one hand, it's chaotic, but it's peaceful,
Yeah.
and it's also full of like passive people who are really rude, if such a thing exists. But they are, aren't they?